To where,
Don't
like you
put
said,
him with the LWO, please.
Oh, I
please
would be
keep him
pissed,
away
bro.
from the LWO.
I would be so pissed, bro.
I do not want him anywhere near it.
It's the Lame Guys Podcast.
All right, I have another question for you. One commentator has to go forever. Taz, Jim Ross, the King, Michael Cole.
I'd probably go Taz. Not because of likability, because I really did like Taz.
Yeah, me
when
too.
He was on SmackDown. And, we grew up with SmackDown.
Michael Cole. Him and Michael Cole are the voice of SmackDown.
Once they swapped that whole thing, I hated that. Once they put JR with Taz, and then they put Michael Cole with which I just found out recently that JR apparently had no idea about that.
I saw a video. Did you send me that video?
Maybe.
I saw a video or something like that, but like
when they did that change, it was all they had no idea that they were getting swapped like that. Yeah. I did, and I remember that being the follow, because then after that, Taz didn't really last that much longer.
Well, I just remember the promo. Taz has to go where Taz belongs, because that's when they brought ECW back and everything like that. And I just remember Michael like, "What are you doing?
Yes.
What are you doing?" And I was like, "No."
I'd probably go Taz though, just because like impact wise, like when I think of my childhood, the commentators. I think of Michael Cole more than I think of Taz. I think of JR more than I think of Taz, and I think of Jerry the King Lawler more than I think of Taz. So Taz would be the first one I get out of there.
Yeah, we talked about multiple times that we're SmackDown guys when we were younger and everything like that. So Taz and Michael Cole,
I love that. I love them, dude.
I love that duo.
Yeah, I
love that duo. But same with Jim Ross and the King, bro.
Yeah,
like it's
same.
Fucking that.
Yes.
Those duos right there are iconic as hell.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you're right. I think Taz has to be the one.
He's still doing it though. He's still he's still in AEW.
Yeah, and he's still whenever I've watched clips, it's nice hearing him just talk.
Yes,
I'm just like.
But no, I think when I think of my peak SmackDown days when I was watching UPN, like bro, that was Taz and Michael Cole. Like that.
Do you think he'll ever come back?
I mean, I think he's gonna be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Yeah. But will he come back to commentate? Probably not.
If a spot opened up, you don't think WWE would be like, hey,
I just think they could have already done it by now. There's been plenty of spots.
Because in my head, I'm thinking I don't know if I've ever heard if it was like a mutual thank you for all you've done, we're gonna part ways, or if it was a bad blood between them.
Well, because once he left, and that's been it. That's been it. Like he hasn't. I don't think he's come back. Has he? Yeah. He went to TNA for a little bit.
And
as well.
You at least when JR's been gone. Like JR's left before, but then he's come back for big matches.
Yes.
Same with the King. He's been gone before, and he's come back from big matches.
But JR is also on AEW as well. Yeah. So I wonder if there's any bad blood there.
I don't know.
No, I think he will be in the Hall of Fame, but I don't think he's coming back to commentate.
And Cole's going to be the one to induct him.
Probably. Or one of his ECW counterparts. It could be Paul Heyman.
Yeah, or
it could be one of them. I'd be fine with Michael Cole doing it. Like I said, I think what Taz is remembered for in WWE is his days with Michael Cole on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So, I used to love it too, because it was almost because remember, being a kid, we always felt you could tell Raw was the superior show as far as WWE wanted it to be. But for me, it was always SmackDown, and it always felt like it wasn't as high class as Raw, if that makes sense. So it's Michael Cole and when you look at JR, he's wearing his crown and he's always wearing his nice outfit, or Jerry the King Lawler. And then you have JR, who's always, is cemented with WWE history. He was there for the Attitude Era. But then on SmackDown, you just have Taz, who's the cool wearing sunglasses, and then Michael Cole, who's a young guy at the time.
Yeah.
So it always felt like they weren't on the same quality, but I always loved them more than I liked JR.
They may not have been on the same quality, but I feel like they carried themselves
better. That's what I mean.
It
was almost like they were,
because whenever you have fucking the King over here, oh my God, JR puppies!
Yeah.
The whole time, bro. He'd be like, hey, bro, Taz couldn't have.
Taz was funny too when we had the bikini contest on SmackDown and shit. No,
he had to go be in the ring, and
those are peak days, bro. But no, I think he'll come back for WWE Hall of Fame, but I don't think he's. I wouldn't surprise me though if we ever see Hook in WWE. See him wrestle. Eventually, you gotta assume he probably will go to WWE. He's young. It may be down the line, but one could assume he'll go.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'd get rid of Taz there.
I saw that and I was like, that's a good one.
Yeah. Episode 65 of the Lame Guys Wrestling Podcast. I'm Mario.
I'm Vincent.
Slow week WWE wise. It seems like we're just on a slow path to the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that we have 2 more episodes of SmackDown till the Royal Rumble, but only one of them till we're there. Does that make sense?
Wait, repeat that.
So we have 2 more episodes of SmackDown till the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
But only one of them, and then we're gonna be there. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
yes,
so, like
yes,
after
yes.
like when we're filming next week, we will be able to say that we are gonna be at the next SmackDown.
Yes. You're
Like
right.
that's crazy to think about because we're going to
You're right.
SmackDown before Rumble and we're going
Mhm.
to the Royal Rumble.
Yep. You're right.
So yeah, because I was thinking, I was like, wait, are we going to the next week's? And I was like, no. We have one more, then we will be at SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get into? You want to run down what happened on Raw and SmackDown this week?
Yeah, I really don't remember too much from Raw, except for I think one.
I kind of just wrote down the
thing.
highlights. Jey Uso versus Gunther seems like that's the path for Saturday Night Main Event. Do we care about seeing that again?
Not really, to be honest.
I don't really either, but I understand.
I feel like they
it's-
don't know what the hell. I feel like they're holding Gunther for something. I just don't know what.
His run kind of seems stale.
Yeah.
His Intercontinental run was better. It feels.
Yeah, like I feel like I feel like he was doing okay. I feel like his run was doing
Well, he's not there
respectable.
all week. He's not there every week.
He's getting that Roman treatment, boy.
Yeah, I mean he's not there every week, but I don't really see people complaining about it like
Yeah.
they were with Roman.
Yeah. Well, because Roman was
But
box office.
Gunther and then Jey Uso, it's like they don't know what to do. They know that he's a superstar, but it's like they're not ready to pull the trigger yet on
Yeah.
him winning. And you know he's not beating Gunther before WrestleMania like that. I mean, I just don't envision it, and I just don't envision it happening on Saturday Night Main Event. I'm not saying he's not going to be champion ever, but like, I mean, we all kind of know what this. We all kind of know Gunther's winning, right? Like,
yeah.
do I want to see this again at Saturday Night Main Event? Not really, but that is what it is. Penta debuted this Monday Night Raw. I don't know about you, but I thought it went very well.
Yes.
I had no prior experience to Penta whatsoever. I know he's a
Legend.
decorated wrestler outside of WWE, but me being a WWE guy had no prior wrestling
I
knowledge
really figured
about
you
him.
would have probably watched him on Lucha Underground.
I did used to watch Lucha Underground, and maybe I have seen him, but
You
it
just
didn't
resonate that was him?
It just didn't resonate that was him. I know he fought Chelsea Green. I think when you see those highlights of him and Chelsea, so that's epic. But
See, like even with Penta, I didn't know because who was it? Who just retired? It was like a famous like masked character, like in New Japan, and they just had like their last match. Remember it was like 2 years ago or last year, and like
and they fought Penta,
and they fought Penta, but Penta won or whatever.
No, I don't.
He
remember.
retired him, but he held his mask and it was like all fucking bloodied
Oh,
up and
wow.
everything like that, and it went viral all over the place.
that kind of vaguely. Yes,
I didn't realize that was Penta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So, like I said, no disrespect. I know he's decorated. I don't really have much prior knowledge to him till getting to WWE, but I felt like it went very well.
Yes.
So,
Chad
bro,
Gable, great.
Chad
great
Gable was
one.
a great wrestler to have with him. They put on a great match. And then Penta, bro, his hype, he's got swag. Like, I liked him. I
Yeah.
thought he was good. I thought his song was good. The Cero Miet, bro. I thought that shit. And then he kept doing that dance.
Bro, I kept on thinking, okay, Razor.
No, I just thought like, bro, you got swag. Like, and this is just him walking down the
Yeah.
thing. Like, I thought, oh damn. So, like I said, I had no idea that he did what those mannerisms
yeah,
or whatever. So I thought that was great. Liv is mad at Dom. Or so we assume. She says she's not, but she is being a little petty. She told him to go get all the luggage and shit. I don't know where they're going with that. Or
In my head, tell me why I instantly thought to myself, okay, so what y'all are going to do is y'all are going to play this thing to where we're going to start trying to feel bad for Dom because she's going to bully him and pick on him and make him do bitch chores. And finally, whenever he stands up for himself or something, the fans are going to go, yeah, or something. And in my head, I thought, okay, please, Rhea, don't take this man back and feel bad for him and try to sick. I'm like, don't pull any story. Like I don't want to see this type of story
I don't
right
think
now.
so.
But in my head, I
could
really
be nothing. It could even just be nothing. It could just be a weak thing.
I don't know, bro.
I don't know where. If any out of that scenario, I see Liv coming out as the good guy, like Dom, just like being fed up and like betraying her or something.
It's funny as fuck for that.
And getting
though.
another girl or something like that.
hey, she says she's all right.
Yeah.
I think it's okay.
Finn Balor loses once again to
Damian,
Damian Priest.
yeah.
Like, so, I mean, at this point, I think you're on the same boat. Like, fucking be done with this shit. I don't want to see it anymore. Like, let's move on. Wyatt Sick moves to SmackDown.
Yeah.
They tell you what, they lost all that hype, huh?
Bro, I'm telling you.
They have lost all their hype.
I'm telling you, since fucking Uncle Howdy had that first match, I told you, I lost it.
Yes,
The aura is gone. Just from that match. Him having one match, I lost all aura.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, you could have just been the guy that said, go.
Yeah.
You could have just been that guy to where you just go, you don't want Uncle Howdy.
Yeah.
Do not, just hold him off for a while. Hold him off even longer. I do not care about the Wyatt Sicks.
Yeah, they've lost all their hope. I'm not saying it's finished yet. They could. Maybe SmackDown.
Their
would
entrance
be
is
good.
still great.
Maybe SmackDown would be good, and maybe they'll rejuvenate their characters. But
Yeah.
I agree with you. It's lost all hype for me. Should Uncle Howdy be by himself?
No.
Do you think he needs a group?
Yeah.
I kind of think I think you can do more with Uncle Howdy if you have him by himself. Right now, they're only feuding with groups.
That's true.
You notice, like, I think if you put Uncle Howdy by himself, you could start having him feud with the likes of Cody Rhodes, the likes of Kevin Owens, like these people that are single. Right now, they're only feuding with groups, and I think that's the downfall, in my opinion. Bray Wyatt, when they first got there, was feuding with people, and he had his 2 henchmen, yes, but and it was still group technically, but he was still feuding with wrestlers by himself, and they were his backup.
You're right.
I think that's what Uncle Howdy needs. Right now, they are only feuding with other groups and other factions. And WWE may have looked at that and said, "We have so many factions, it'll be fine." But like the factions aren't main event tier.
I think what helped before is that
they also need to be heel, in my opinion.
Well,
They made them faces.
So the heel thing, yes, you're right. But I think what helped before is that we were mainly caring about Bray Wyatt. So we only wanted to see him fight. And his 2 henchmen, we're just like, we really don't know much about them. So like, whatever. Now they've all become big stars. Like, bro, everyone already knows Nikki. Everyone already knows about
It's gotta suck for them though too, right? Like they probably think like, this is my ticket. Like this is the thing that's gonna boost us up. And it's not really hitting like that.
Yeah.
Now, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying it can't. But as of right now, it's not hitting.
Yeah.
It's not hitting. So they moved him to SmackDown. Don't want him on Netflix. And Lyra Valkyria wins the Intercontinental Women's Championship. Congrats, Lyra.
Congrats.
She's great. I think she could be a star. She's just got to get her charisma up. If that makes sense. Like her shit hits with the woo, like when the crowd does that shit. That shit's. But she's got to get like her charisma up, like as far as on the mic and winning people over that way. Those are the main highlights that I got from Raw. Unless I missed something.
One thing I want to go back to when it comes to Penta, I saw this and I want to bring it up to you. It's funny, honestly. It said AEW had the biggest draw in professional wrestling today, Cody Rhodes.
Oh yeah.
The best potential investment in women's wrestling, Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
The best luchador in the world, Penta. A living legend, CM Punk. One of the greatest minds, William Regal. And still failed. It's like, damn.
Yeah, I saw a tweet, and I'm curious on this one, on your opinion on this. I saw a tweet that said, this is obviously coming from an AEW fan page. They said that when a WWE superstar goes to AEW, Twitter or just the wrestling community looks at it as, oh, he's old, he's going to die there or finish his career there. But when a character from AEW goes to WWE, they're a superstar, like da-da-da-da. So what does that say? Like, why is it reversed? Like, why is the stigma different? The way I look at it is truly the people that have left WWE for the most part are towards the tail end of their career. Like, it just is what it is. Like, you think Big Show, Bobby Lashley, Edge, Christian Cage, Chris Jericho, like, bro, those people are towards the end of their career. Like, whether you want to admit it or not, like, that's what it is. Whereas AEW, I look at it as they don't know how to capitalize on these people that are in their prime, bring them to WWE, and WWE majority of the time can. There have been some times where they can't, but for the most part, they can make them into a star.
Yeah.
So that's the way I look at that. Like that's why I think the stigma is different there.
Yeah, but not every. I know you're not.
I'm not saying not everyone hits.
No. But go for the first one, because I'm not saying you're saying this, but I mean, not every superstar that has gone from WWE to AEW. Towards
their
the
tail.
end. Like, because Tony Storm, she not even prime yet. Yes. She went over there, and then
I'm saying majority of the time it is.
Moxley, what do you feel about that one? What would your opinion be on that one? Towards the end,
Daniel Bryan,
because it's hard to say. Oh, okay,
Daniel Bryan,
Daniel.
Like,
towards the end.
yes, he has still been wrestling for years, but like, I mean, you could say he's on the tail end of his career.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just look at it that's the way I look at it, and I think ultimately, like we've said multiple times, WWE is the big leagues, and so you bring someone like Penta. If WWE puts their main focus on that, they can make him into a way bigger star than AEW can. Same for Cody Rhodes. We saw it. Cody Rhodes is astronomically bigger.
Says four top talents who switch sides, jumping from AEW to WWE. A game-changing transition. Each of these moments have been etched in WWE history books forever. 2022, Cody Rhodes. 23, CM Punk. 24, Jade Cargill. And already, 25, Penta.
Yeah, well, WWE's got to capitalize as well. Because I will say this, other than Rey Mysterio, I'm not sold on WWE being able to create stars out of like mass luchadors or anything like that. Rey Mysterio has been the only one that has worked, but it's because his English was always great.
Yes.
So that is the only reason why.
I can say, like, even for like Sin Cara when he first showed up,
They tried.
and it was working, and not to the level of Ray, but it was working for a second.
Mm-hmm.
For a second, every single time he
Then he
showed up,
started
everyone
botching.
was like, "Yeah," but then he started botching,
Yeah.
and then no one started caring about the matches anymore. And then they started pushing him, trying to make him be like a funny guy, like a background person. When they had brawls, he was one that came out to try to break it, like that type.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So it's just
so
like,
I'm not fully sold on the Penta thing. Now, skill-wise, I'm sold. I just need to see WWE, Triple H. I need to see them be able to make a superstar out of another luchador other than Rey Mysterio. Because I can't think of one that's truly become a star. Like
Dragon Lee. I mean,
Bro, he's on TV like every 4 weeks.
No, I was gonna say they tried. Penta, I don't know. There's just something different about him, and I don't know if it's because it's recency bias or whatever. But there's just something about him to where,
Don't
like you
put
said,
him with the LWO, please.
oh,
Please keep him
pissed,
away
bro.
from the LWO.
I would be so pissed. Bro.
I do not want him anywhere near it.
What I want him to do is whoop all their asses, bro. Like, I'm so tired of the LWO, bro, and Santos and all them. I'm done with those storylines.
I'm whatever about
No.
Santos and Legado Fantasma, but like they're not pushed down my throat like LWO.
Yeah.
Like LWO, like bro, please keep Penta away from LWO.
Yes.
Please keep him away from Rey Mysterio. I don't need to see him fight Rey Mysterio.
They're going to.
I know, and I don't
they're
need to
going
see it.
to.
I want to see Penta fight these other wrestlers. Keep him away from the LWO. Keep him away from Rey Mysterio. Just have him be on his own, fighting just everyday wrestlers. I don't need to see, since he's Latin descent, need to fight Rey Mysterio in the LWO. Like, bro, just please keep it away. I want to see WWE make a superstar out of another luchador other than Rey Mysterio because their success rate isn't that high. So I hope that Penta works out.
And what they're going to do is, you already know, Ray's going to be like, may the best luchador win.
I don't want to see.
You
Or
already
he's going
know.
to say he has so much respect for Rey Mysterio and he wants to fight the greatest luchador ever and prove his worth. Like, I don't want to see it.
They're
Like,
going to
please
do it,
do
bro.
not do that.
No, but there's, like how you said, there's something different about Penta. Like, he has swagger and
Yeah,
everything
he's
like
got
that.
this different-
Compared to these others
Yeah.
that have come in with all have had the luchador mask, which is synonymous when it comes to, lucha and everything like wrestling. Like, there's just something different about this
Yeah.
man. And the hype, the build up we've had to him
Mhm.
is insane.
Yeah.
So bro.
SmackDown. Moving on to SmackDown. Naomi, one could assume, attacks Jade now. I mean, she's saying that there's still no update, which I find so hard to believe because if Bianca's best friends with Jade, how are you telling me you haven't spoken with Jade? Like, that just makes no sense whatsoever. In the era of social media, like, you could literally just at her on Twitter. She's active on Twitter. Like,
Yeah.
you could say, "Hey, you good?" Like, that's all you have to, like, I just find that so hard to
Jade to
believe.
go, oh, so you can tweet me, but you can't you can't text me.
So like that's just weird to me. But then Jay tweeted out, "You sure?" after Naomi said that she hasn't heard it. So like,
yes, bro.
it's either Bianca or Naomi. It's one of the two. But at this point, I'm leaning more towards Naomi. Now, why she's doing it? What's the reason? Maybe she did it just to get gold, like so she could fill in for. I don't know. I could see it more at this point. I see it more being Naomi, just because they don't know what to do with her.
Yeah.
She's like a Jey Uso type thing where it's like she's a star. Like she has
is a
talent.
star, bro.
But it's like they don't want to put the title on her. So it's like we need to do something else. You know what I mean? Like we need to find a way to keep her. So I think she turns heel and she forms a group with Lash Legend. That's the way I see this going.
That'd be fine.
Tiffany beats Bayley, has her first successful title defense. One of many, we assume. We got the Charlotte video package.
Yeah, bro, she's coming back
Yeah.
as I think didn't I send you that thing where she posted like she's always wanted to be a bad bitch or something like that. Bro, I'm not like I'm watching her and I'm like, you are like the modern day like you're not the big time Bex like the movie star thing like that Becky did that came back and like tried to
She's
revamp
modern
that
day Ric
character.
Flair. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, like to where you like now you're just that modern day just fucking just
Cocky, like Ric Flair
What's
was
that
like
word?
Ric Flair was confident, cocky, like he knew he was a shit. That's
you're
what
just
Charlotte's
larger
doing.
than life.
Yeah, that's what Charlotte's doing. So I'm excited to see her come back because I
Yeah.
feel like she's missed. Solo and Jacob Fatu, this whole situation, and Jimmy Uso. Let's start with Jimmy Uso first. He had a good match with Carmelo Hayes. I'm not sure if you watched it.
Yeah, I do.
And I felt like he needed that win,
Mhm.
but then Bloodline interferes again. So it's like, and I like the promo that he cut before his match, saying, Roman's doing his thing. Jey Uso's got his title shot. Now it's time to go get mine. Like I feel like they're not putting them back together. I thought originally they were gonna put the Usos back together.
Oh,
They're
like
keeping
a
them
one-time
separate.
thing?
Yeah, they're keeping them separate. So now it's like, what do you do with Jimmy? But this bloodline shit, he keeps like he can't get away from it.
Yeah.
So I'm curious where this whole thing's gonna go. And then the Solo and Jacob Fatu situation. I don't know where that's going. I think ultimately Jacob Fatu is gonna be by himself.
Yeah, we're gonna get Solo and Jacob at Mania, bro.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I think we talked about that before.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get them at Mania because Jacob's gonna
So
get.
Solo turns good.
Yeah, they're gonna try to push him.
Jacob's gonna be the heel.
Because Solo's gonna be the one to where he says, "Hey, bro, I said I'm acknowledge. Whatever, fuck it, I'm acknowledge you then."
Or does Solo start seeing what Jacob's becoming, and then Solo betrays him, and Solo turns heel, and then Jacob Fatu's a good guy? Because let me say this. I can see a scenario at WrestleMania if Solo's the good guy where the crowd is cheering for Jacob Fatu. I could totally see that.
Yeah, because
happening.
Jacob's that star, bro.
So,
As of
like,
right now, he's
so
that star.
It's almost safer for Solo to just kick Jacob out and then Jacob turn good. And in my opinion, that's the way I see it.
Yeah,
Because I could totally see them. I'm telling you, if Solo's the good guy, them fighting at WrestleMania and the crowd is cheering for Jacob Fatu.
yeah, bro.
And you don't want that to happen.
No.
So, but I do think Jacob works better as a heel. That you
Oh,
can already
yes,
see,
bro.
dude. We talked about it in 2025. We said, what superstars do we see having? They've already let him talk 2 weeks in a row. Tell me why when he was talking on the mic yesterday, I was watching it and I thought, I could tell you want to cuss so bad, bro. I could tell you want to say the N-word so bad, bro. Like, I could just tell, bro. Like, I could just tell you're, like, fighting it.
Oh, shit, bro. Yeah. He goes, you think I can give a damn what y'all say about me? Bro, I was, oh, shit.
And then he
bro.
pauses for a second and he goes, Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
I thought he wanted to say, like, shut the F up or something, but I could just tell he wants to cuss so bad.
And I'll say this, bro. If The Rock's allowed to cuss, they need to let Jacob do it.
Who gonna tell him no? Shit, bro. I mean, bro, you can already tell, though, like, they're already letting him talk.
Him and the Tongas are going to do their thing, bro.
You think Solo, you think there's, I think, I kind
I
of
think Solo's going to do his own thing.
I kind of just think this Bloodline 2.0 thing is kind of ending
Done.
its era, yeah.
Yeah, but we talked about that too.
Yes.
But he's saying, I mean, it's done.
Yes,
After the Roman thing, it's done.
Like, I'm curious how Solo showed up. Jacob looked like he was going to acknowledge him still. He looked
Yeah.
like he was still,
Yeah.
but Solo just dropped the mic and left, and I'm curious to see what they do.
Bro, yeah. And Jacob did not like that shit at all, bro.
Well, he just was looking almost like in disbelief. Like, so, maybe he's going to step up. Maybe he's going to do exactly what Solo did when Roman lost it. And maybe he's going to step up. I'm just curious. And my dilemma with this is how do you keep this going? Well, and they announced that he's fighting Braun Strowman at Saturday Night Main Event. So we get our one-on-one match, Jacob Fatu in prime event. I'm just curious what you do, because it's like, if you keep the Bloodline 2.0 together and they lost the whole follow, which that was their whole thing
Shtick.
to begin with.
Yeah.
Then who do they feud with other than Jamie and Roman? You know what I mean? Like, who does it just doesn't work unless it's Bloodline related, in my opinion. So I'm curious if they just run Jacob and Tama Tonga as a tag team. What does Solo do by himself? If he's not the tribal chief, then who is Solo? Like, I'm just curious how they're gonna go about this all. So you think they're generally done with Roman and this Bloodline thing?
As far as like the whole Bloodline 2.0, yeah, that's done. I think that's done. I think now we're like, I think Jacob's going to take over with the Tongas. They're not going to be Bloodline 2.0. That name's out.
Like their own group.
They're going to be their own thing. I think so. I don't know what you do with Solo.
I don't know what you do with
I don't
Solo.
know what
That's
you do
why
with
I feel
Solo.
like Solo needed the win more at Monday Night Raw versus Roman.
Yes, bro.
He
'cause
needed that win
we
more,
knew-
bro. We built up the whole year after WrestleMania. We built up Solo. We built him up. And he just loses to Roman like that. And I mean, what do you do with him now? Whereas if he wins, at least you make it to Mania. At least you can make it to Mania
One
and
full year
and
of
do
him doing his
something
thing.
and do something with Solo, and then figure out what to do after. But I don't know what you do with Solo now. I mean, he lost to Ulafala, and that was his whole stick before. And he even told Tama Tonga that if Roman wins it, you better acknowledge Roman.
Yeah.
Roman's got it back now. So I'm genuinely curious what they do with Solo. I hope that it wasn't all for nothing, because I do think Solo had a great 2024. And I think that he's a star, and I hope that they treat him as such.
I'm ready for Roman to come back and be like,
Be on my
Come on.
thing.
"Come on, I forgive you."
I don't know, man. I personally thought he was gonna show up last night when he did show up, and I thought he was gonna beat the fuck out of Jimmy. I thought he was gonna beat the fuck out of LA and just like try to assert dominance again.
Yeah.
But no, I mean he even put his mic down. Everyone was booing him.
Took the jacket off.
He had good heat though.
Yeah.
The crowd was booing, bro.
Yeah.
The crowd was booing. That's what I think. I think he's a star, but it's like WWE's gotta see it also. So,
but shit, boy. But
Jacob, I know Jacob Fatu is a bigger star. So
it's just
he just got more like he's better in ring. He's better mic. Like he's
he's a more well-rounded star.
Yes.
I'm not scared. But what I'm saying is, I'm scared, bro. This dude.
Well, you know, even
I'm scared of the potential. Like I'm excited for the potential. I hope he gives us something great for this next year.
I'm going fucking Joe Tessitore.
Mm.
Even when Jacob says I'm just getting started, even Joe Tessitore, you hear him on commentary. That's a scary thought, Wade. Like like that's just crazy. Like he is scary. He's got a different presence than Solo does. Yeah, it does. But they ruined it with Solo because we saw him lose time and time again. Yeah. They ruined it. Roman at one point was scared of him. And they didn't capitalize on it. They ruined it. That's the problem.
Why Jacob does not need to lose at Saturday Night Main Event.
Oh, he should be Braun Strowman 100%.
Yeah.
If Jacob Fatu loses that match, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He should win that match for sure. Braun Strowman gains nothing from that.
No.
What? They're going to give him the title? Like, no one wants to see that. It's like, Jacob Fatu deserves to win that
I'm
match.
not going to lie, bro. Braun is someone else where I think, what do you do with him, too?
Well, right now they just have him and LA Knight.
I know, but like after that, like, what do you do?
And he'll just be the big guy that just run. It's the same thing with the Big Show. The Big Show didn't have the title all the time. He was just doing whatever. Like, he was still giant. Like, you know, that'll be Braun Strowman. He'll just fight every week on SmackDown. He'll be the big giant in the locker room.
Yeah, Big Show was a star though too.
Yeah, he was. Braun Strowman, I don't think has hit that level.
No, and that's why I guess I'm kind of like
injuries play a part though. I think.
Yeah, you're right.
You want to move on to this WWE TNA deal?
Yeah, bro. I'm not gonna say this is a big shock to me because I feel like we've seen like
they've already kind of been leading up to it.
We've been leading up to it and everything like that.
But it was just NXT and TNA. Now we could see Raw interacting, SmackDown interacting.
Well, no, because I mean, even they showed up with like the Rumble and shit. So wouldn't that just be?
Well, Jordan Grace did.
Yeah, and Mickie James.
Yeah, but that was like years ago. That was 2 or 3 years. It was one, and then Jordan Grace showed up. Like that was women, but overall we've seen them interact with NXT. Like that's been the only thing.
Okay.
Like Joe Hendry fought for the NXT championship.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
We had an NXT women go over to TNA and fought. Like it's just been NXT.
So what do you think the outcome is going to be? I think we can all predict again. We're gonna have some TNA stars at the Rumble.
Yes, I think women's and men.
Yes,
this time it's always been women. This time I think we could see the Hardys.
I think we're getting the Hardys.
We could see Joe Namath, who was Dolph Ziggler. I could see that. AJ Francis is there, who was Top Dollar.
Yeah,
you know, like I don't think
it's okay,
bro. I think for sure Dolph Ziggler and the Hardys interact for sure.
Even though he's not signed with TNA. What do you think the possibilities of Matt Cardona showing up at the Rumble is?
Oh, I think he's showing up.
Really?
I do think so.
Part of me...
He's not on AEW. He just went on Ariel Helwani and said AEW didn't offer him a contract. They talk about him showing up at the Rumble. They talk about him opening the door for WWE. I think he will show up at the Rumble. But the dilemma that I have with that is that we've talked about it before. He sees himself as main event. I don't know if WWE would see him as main event.
Because he's won so many titles from all these other indie...
But he's not a Cody Rhodes type level. No. He's not a Drew McIntyre level. They went to the indies and rebuilt... I'm not saying Matt Cardona hasn't, but I don't think WWE will ever look at him like they do Cody Rhodes or a Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
And he wants to be on that level.
Yep.
That's the dilemma.
He wants to stand there and say he's going to have a match with like Roman.
He could come back and put him with Chelsea.
That'd be fun. I think he would like that.
Yeah,
I think he would like that. Yeah.
Fight for some mid-card titles. Maybe every now and then be in a main title shot. I could see him going against Cody. You know, like the whole indie aspect. You know, asking Cody for a shot.
Yeah.
Something like that. I do think he shows up at Rumble.
I think it'll be cool. But what's funny is before he talked about, I am never doing that Zack Ryder thing again. But on Ariel, he mentioned whether it be Zack Ryder. And that's the only part of me that thought, because like I have like the fan of me is like, yeah, bro, I want him back. But then I was like, it's not happening. But then once he mentioned that, I was like, oh shit, this is the first time you've ever mentioned.
I think it's happening.
The first time where I thought, oh shit, maybe you may, because you were almost just like maybe Zack Ryder.
I personally think it's happening at Rumble. I think for sure though, like we said, Hardys or Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
And so now this opens the door because it's multi-year. It always makes me think of the Prime days, the Prime TNA days, bro.
Yes.
Like if this would have happened back in the day, I truly, I remember going on YouTube because whenever the Alliance angle, I always love that angle, even though it wasn't even really WCW guys or anything like that, but I still love that angle. And I remember going on YouTube when TNA was in its prime and finding videos that people made of like an Alliance angle of TNA if it happened and who would be Team TNA and who would be Team WWE. I wish, bro, back in the day that shit would have happened. That shit would have hit hard, bro. 'Cause I loved TNA back in the day.
Yeah. Same.
TNA was the only other wrestling company that I truly watched for a bit.
Yes. Same. I loved it.
Like I was there when they moved to Monday Night and Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff showed up and then they changed the 6-sided ring to 4. I was there for all that shit.
I'm not gonna lie, when Hogan and Bischoff showed up, I kind of stopped.
Same. That's what ruined it for me.
Yeah. But everything else prior to that, I loved it. I thought the ring was unique and everything with 6 sides. I thought, that's crazy.
It had WWE stars in it.
Yes, and like even with that, like I guess even back then as a kid, I'm not in the know, but I was thinking, what the fuck?
Yeah, I remember thinking that too. When I first saw Christian on TNA, that was the first star that I saw on TNA. And that's when I really started watching.
Yeah, I think so.
I saw what the fuck? Where have you been at? I didn't know like the whole contract shit and all that stuff like that.
Yeah, we weren't.
We weren't in the know like that. So and then I saw Kurt Angle show up, and once and I did see the Dudleys were there as well. But once Kurt Angle showed up, for sure, that's when I really started tuning into TNA because I realized like, oh, this is another legit thing. So yeah, I watched TNA back in the day, like all those.
Gotcha. I fucking loved Abyss, bro.
Yeah, so did I. He was the off-brand version of Kane to me.
Yes.
Like, yeah, and then
but he was way more unhinged.
Yes, yeah. I remember when Jeff Hardy did the Swanton bomb onto him through the table, like from the stage, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, those TNA days were peak, bro. I truly did see them as a competition, even though they never got to that level.
Yes, I agree. It was that. They were the closest. I feel like.
Yeah, but they never got to the AEW type level.
Oh, to be like that,
to be like an
mainstream.
actual kind of competition.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
They never got to that.
Like I don't see TNA.
I don't think WWE. I don't think Vince ever looked at TNA and said like, "Oh, they have a chance to." Like for a while there, it got a little dicey with AEW. Like AEW was the hottest thing for a little bit. I don't think TNA was ever like that.
Yeah.
Even and that was around the time when WWE wasn't at its best either. But yeah.
What years was that?
So I'm just saying, imagine this WWE TNA deal. Back in the day, gosh, bro, that would have been fucking epic.
So imagine that Rumble.
We would have saw Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, Christian Cage, Abyss, and then throwing Sting. Those 5, bro, going against WWE's. Like, oh my gosh, bro, that shit would have been crazy. You truly could have done the whole Survivor Series type deal again.
Would have got Main Event Mafia.
Yeah,
got Main Event Mafia. But I used to think they were so
bro.
great.
Imagine Main Event Mafia going against Evolution. The timing's different, but like imagine, like, bro, that would have been crazy.
Because they definitely were just like a spinoff of Evolution. But
yeah, Kurt Angle too. I used to think their song was cool too. Booker T was there for a little bit. Kevin Nash.
Yeah,
Kevin Nash was there.
Damn, I'm thinking about all those now.
And the X Division was lit, bro. I'm just saying, like, imagine this deal back in the day. Gosh, that shit would have hit. So
Shark Boy was in that motherfucker too.
Yeah, Christopher Daniels, right?
Yeah.
Like AJ Styles. Like
I told you, boy, when Suicide showed up, I thought the motherfucker was so clean, bro. Yeah. I don't know why. I was like, bro, he's a superhero.
I remember when I saw Orlando Jordan there, and I said, "What the fuck?" I said, "You're gay now, bro," because he was like a gay character, remember? And I thought, "What the hell?" You weren't in the know back in the day, so if you saw somebody show up, it was truly a surprise.
Bro, Xavier was there.
Yeah, Xavier
Austin
Woods.
Creed?
Yeah. He wore the Apollo Creed shit.
Yeah.
No. So, anyways, now it's still great. I'm cool. I'm happy to see WWE working with other companies, and I think it'll give TNA's talent like a way bigger spotlight. I think Jordan Grace. I think her contract is coming up. I think she's gonna sign with WWE.
You think?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be NXT.
Oh, she'll probably go to NXT first, yes, but
Yeah.
I do think that she's gonna sign with WWE. So that opens the possibility too to see the Hardys maybe win another WWE tag team titles. Maybe Jeff gets another solo run. I personally don't see it, but maybe he does. Like it opens the door, bro.
Yeah. We get the Hardys and Dudleys at Rumble, bro.
They've been talking shit on Twitter.
I know. That's what made me think.
I listened to Chris Van Vliet's podcast, and he had Jeff and Matt on. And Matt, they were talking to.
They had both of them on there together?
No, so he did Jeff one episode, and then he did Matt Hardy one episode.
Okay.
And Matt, him and Matt talk about him and Jeff mainly just talked about like his life and stuff. But him and Matt are more talking about wrestling, and they talk about the Hardys and possibly being one of the greatest tag teams of all time. And Matt Hardy, like he doesn't really acknowledge it, but they do. Chris says at least you can say you're the most. What does he say? The most known tag team of all time, and I thought that's fair. Like that's a fair, that's a fair. We said the Usos were the greatest, but you could say the Hardys, bro. Their level of fame is
hence why you put them against the Usos in that bracket,
night and day. Yes,
or in that matchup.
But then the Dudleys started talking shit. I can't remember what Matt said. I think he was comparing who has the most tag titles or something like that between the Dudleys. And so now they're saying that they may run it back.
Shit, what?
That'd be cool to see.
Yeah,
you could do that.
It'd be one of those things where it's like, y'all way past it, but fuck it, just
it'd be cool
nostalgia
just to
purposes
see
just to
one
see it.
time,
Yeah,
right. I just hope if we're at the Rumble, we hear the the Jeff Hardy shit. That shit would hit,
bro. So if the Hardys come out, and all I hear is,
oh, bro, that shit would be crazy too, bro. That shit would be crazy.
We would lose.
That'd be insane, bro. That would be insane, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. I think this WWE TNA deal is gonna be great. I think I'm curious to see if they let a TNA talent win a major title in WWE. I don't know if it go that far. I'm curious to see if that'll happen, or if a WWE talent could win the TNA World Title. Like I'm curious to see how the whole thing's gonna work.
Triple H seems like he's gonna be open to it,
bro. It's just crazy to see what Triple H is open to versus what Vince was open to. Like it's just night and day difference. Anything else?
What you call? I had a thing for the. Did you see those Chelsea Green comments on Triple H?
Nah.
So Chelsea Green was doing an interview, and then she mentioned, or this is a statement. Chelsea Green states that Triple H makes women feel equal to men. Quote,
I agree.
In the new era, I know that I come to work. I love my job. I feel safe. I feel supported.
I did see this, yes.
Triple H makes women feel absolutely equal to the men. We are in the main event. We are main eventing WrestleManias now. Not lately. Something that unfortunately the previous era didn't get to experience, but they set the table for us, and now we are sitting at it. We are all enjoying these amazing meals, and I couldn't be happier. I completely agree with everything she just said.
I mean, we're not even in the know like that, and it's so easy.
It's so obvious to see.
It's so
and
easy
like
to
I said, we've said countless times on here there are times where these women are outdoing these men, and it is crazy. And it's not like crazy as in like, well, what are you doing? Step your game. No, it's just like it's cool to see because like we didn't grow up with that.
Yeah, it was just completely different.
We've said this before, bro. Imagine Rhea and Liv settling this beef, bro, and a bra and panty match.
Yeah.
What? Broke
and
the internet.
And a pool of chocolate pudding, like bro, like it just and a pool of mud, like it just, yeah, it's just night and day difference.
Yeah,
and
bro.
It's a testament to Triple H because like Vince just even when they toned it down. Even when they toned down the lingerie and the bra and panty matches, even when they took that all away, the divas still weren't taken serious. Like it just they tried to do this whole divas revolution, whatever. It just never panned out the way it has now.
But yeah, you're right. Towards the end of it, though, towards the end before this new era showed up,
oh yeah,
they tried.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They tried.
Yeah, they tried.
It just didn't pan out, in my opinion.
There was a interview that on 6 Feet Under. I always bring up 6 Feet Under when they had Michelle McCool on there, and she talked about. I think she said her and Victoria
always could wrestle.
Yeah.
She was one of those that always could.
I think it's Victoria. I could be wrong.
And you could tell they had that respect for her because she was never in those bra and panty matches.
No, she wasn't,
that.
bro. But Michelle said that her and I'm just going to say Victoria. I could be wrong. That they went out on a SmackDown or something like that.
Are you talking about Layla?
No. And they put on a match.
Oh. And
it was so good. You know, they got great response from the fans, everything. They came backstage, or they came back to the Gorilla, and they said, you got to go out there and redo it. They said, because it's going to outshine some of the men that just did it.
Wow.
So they had to perform twice.
Wow.
Different.
Can you imagine being a
gear.
fan, too?
No, they said the fans were confused as hell. They had to rewatch the match.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Now, it's just night and day difference, dude. Vince didn't let we can blame Vince all we want as well. The women wrestlers today, though, way better athletes than they were back in the day.
100%.
And that's a testament to WWE really developing, doing the NXT, doing the NIL deals. They're
Straight
truly
athletes.
getting athletes now.
Yes.
Back in the day, it was just pretty faces.
Yeah.
Now they're getting true athletes, and so that is also another reason why women's wrestling has just astronomically hit higher levels than it's ever hit.
No, yeah, Michelle even said before, bro, they could not punch.
Yes.
It was all slaps.
Yeah.
Like they would get in trouble backstage
Wow.
if they punched.
Yeah. It's just crazy. It truly is crazy. And that's why I think we appreciate it so much because that's not what we grew up with. We did not grow up with that shit.
And it's cool. And it's really cool to see.
And then now that we have daughters, like it's just,
that's the biggest thing too.
It lines up better. So
That's the biggest thing too.
I believe I see it 100%. Triple H he's just a better boss.
Yeah.
It truly
Way
is, dude.
better
And
boss,
he's
bro.
barely been there. He's barely been there. He's giving wrestlers time off, treating women wrestlers equally. Like he's just a better boss.
Yeah, bro.
And I think him being the talent back in the day helped because he was able to hear all those complaints. He was able to. I'm sure talent vented to him. Now him as a boss. He knows exactly what to do.
100%, bro.
So, anything else? Paul Heyman went on Impulsive.
Yeah.
Just another testament to Paul Heyman. I mean, he's phenomenal.
Yeah, bro. The GOAT, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I just no. I don't know if you ever got. You said you listened to half of it. I listened to all of it, but they did talk about just Twitter and how Twitter's toxic and how people are saying now that the Holocaust wasn't real, this and that, which is stupid. But they talk about how, like, here pretty soon no Holocaust survivors are going to be alive, right? So like it really will just be hearsay. Like it really will just be like people can say what they want and no one will be here to fact check them. So then it made me think, isn't it going to be crazy that the younger generation now in wrestling don't really grow up with managers like we did? Like, we grew up in wrestling. A lot of managers were there, but it felt like every other wrestler had a manager for the most part. And when I say manager, I mean like a Paul Heyman.
Yeah. Teddy Long was a manager, bro.
Yeah. Paul Bearer, like that type of shit. Girl managers, right?
Mm-hmm.
The younger generation isn't really growing up with that. And then when Paul Heyman's gone, and like we're all old and we're gone, like, bro, they're not gonna have any idea.
Yeah, because now it's like you can't even really do a manager because now they're all wrestlers.
They're all athletes. Like they all want to be talent.
What's homegirl with Santos right now? Like she's supposed to be a valet.
She's an actual wrestler though.
But she's a wrestler.
Yes,
like she's not even a manager.
Yes.
Like yeah.
Same with the Street Profits and what's her face? I forget her name. Sorry. BFAB.
Yeah.
Yes. Like
and yeah,
she wants to be a wrestler.
Not declaring themselves as managers.
Where back in the day we had actual characters who that was their job. They didn't want to wrestle. They wanted to be that. Like Armando Estrada.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what we had. Now
Paul Heyman's legit the last outlaw, bro.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm saying. And so when he's gone, and like, well, bro, this new generation isn't gonna have any idea about him. Yes, we'll be able to tell stories or whatever, but like, it's just not gonna hit the same, bro.
No,
it's just not gonna hit the same. I mean, it's the same way now with like Eddie Guerrero and other wrestlers that have passed.
Yeah,
the younger generation has no idea. Like, it's just hearsay now. It's like I could tell them all they want about Eddie Guerrero, but they're just gonna be like, cool, he's probably not as good as Seth Rollins. You know what I mean? Like that, like it just made me think like, gosh, bro, it truly is crazy. And that's probably how we look at it with other wrestlers that have passed.
Okay, so I love that you said that Eddie thing. It made me think about there's a TikTok that came on a couple days ago. I don't know what the context of it was, but this chick was saying, I don't know, I don't agree with what I'm hearing about this Eddie stuff, these Eddie comments and everything like that. And I'm like, what the fuck am I? What Eddie comments? Who? Eddie who? I was like, there's only one I know. And then she was like, y'all don't understand. Eddie Guerrero, you don't speak his name.
Oh, were people talking negative?
They were saying, so she was saying all this stuff about he's only big because he passed away.
You see what I'm saying?
She was like, I'm telling you right now. She goes, whether you're a wrestling fan, she goes, or you're from Texas. She goes, I'm both. She goes, you better come correct before you try to talk about him.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
and
bro,
I'm like, and then I was like, who the fuck talking shit about Eddie Guerrero?
You see what I'm saying though? But like, see, so all the wrestlers that were wrestled with Eddie, they're eventually gonna go on, right?
Yeah.
And then like we're gonna be, and then like, bro, no one is gonna know about Eddie Guerrero. Yes, WWE may try to keep his name alive, but it's not gonna hit the same. Like, it's not gonna be.
I feel like Dom's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah,
Dom is definitely keeping that name.
But
alive.
I don't think like younger people resonate the two. Like, I don't think they look at that and be like, oh, he's honoring Eddie Guerrero. Like, like we do, but the younger generation doesn't.
No, you're right. Because they try, because like he'll do his stuff and they'll say, my little Latino he, and they go, you'll never be Latino he. But then like even with the moves, they go, they're not honoring Eddie, like whenever Liv
Yes,
does the
yeah.
Three Amigos or
Yes.
Don will, whatever. But then even with Ray turning around at the
Right.
Raw, like
Yeah,
yeah.
what
like,
I'm trying to say is
No,
those
I
people
get it,
were
I get it, I get it.
around Eddie. So when Michael Cole is gone, when those people that know of Eddie Guerrero are not working in wrestling anymore, and it's people that didn't grow up with Eddie Guerrero.
So when our girls are watching wrestling when they're our age, they're not going to know.
No one's gonna talk about Eddie Guerrero. No one's gonna talk about Paul Heyman. Like no one's gonna talk about these greats that were like, and it just makes me sad.
Yeah.
Like when he said that, I just thought, holy shit, you apply that logic to wrestling, and I just think, yeah, I mean, no one's gonna really talk about these wrestlers that we grew up with.
Yeah.
But either way, Paul Heyman, yeah, he's a fucking goat, bro. I don't. They talk about whenever he got slammed in the table, and then like Logan asked him like what he did for his eyes.
Yeah,
and
he
he
said
shaved his beard and shit.
Yeah, I screenshot it, said no sleep, no shaving, no hair washing, took hair dye out, ate bad things, didn't agree with him, and wore a tight suit.
He said he wanted people to be like, "Come here, are you good?" Like, and he said it. He said he's not a good actor, so he's got to play. He's got to do those things. He's got to be an actual method act. Like he's got to actually have these things affect him for him to be.
Yeah,
a character like
I'm
that.
sorry, I'm just looking at the photo of him, and I'm like, God, Paul.
Phenomenal job,
Fucking
phenomenal
Paul, bro.
fucking job, bro.
Because everyone kept on saying like, God, bro, look like he ain't sleeping, bro.
Phenomenal, and he said that's what the story needed, so that's why he did
Yeah,
it.
bro.
Like I don't know another mind like Paul Heyman, bro.
Neither do I, bro.
I don't know another mind. He's the greatest manager type figure of all time. You could argue he's probably the most creative person of all
Yeah.
time. Like he's just
And the way he
truly
thinks
was-
he's so fast too.
Yeah.
Even when Mike was saying, you know, some may call you or what's it called? They have you as one of the greatest of all time. He goes, I don't like that. He goes, why? He goes, one of?
Yeah,
He
he
goes,
said, "Why do we do this?" He said, "We do this to be the greatest."
Yeah.
Like,
And I was like, damn, bro, I didn't even think about it like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's like,
do this
God,
to be
you're
the greatest,
good,
bro. Like, yeah, like he's just he's a phenomenal mind. I can't like, and you hear it all the time with talent. They say that you know what the information that he gives them
Yeah.
and stuff. Like, I just can't imagine like going to Gorilla and you see Paul Heyman there and he's like giving you advice. Like,
Imagine that feeling though, like not only just advice, but like him going, good ass job.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, wow, bro, I just impressed Paul Heyman, bro.
yeah, no, I know.
Like that's
He's
crazy.
intimidating though. I feel like it'd be intimidating to have him on to interview him.
Bro.
He's
I'm
just
not gonna
so
lie.
like.
I've watched the interviews with him and Ariel, and I think to myself, if we had him, I'd be like, bro, you're kind of pissing me off, bro.
Because he always like second guesses you or like it contradicts you or like you know what I mean. Like even though on Impulsive he was pretty good.
No, yeah. But still,
I think he does that with Ariel just.
I was
him
just
and
gonna say,
Ariel
but he's
Pari are,
so
like,
good with
yes.
Ariel.
But I think it would be so intimidating to interview Paul
Yeah, me
Heyman.
too.
Him and John Cena. Just because John Cena, you ask him a question and then he'll like turn it into like some deep shit or like turn it
I'm like,
around on you and be like, well, why does this happen? And then I'm just like, bro, I don't fucking like. I could just totally see that type of deal happen.
He'll come in a suit, and I'll be like, bro, we laid back. Bro. What the fuck are you doing, bro?
Yeah, but no, Paul Heyman, dude. I think we can only say it so many times, but he's just phenomenal.
For those who listen and they don't know, bro,
It's gonna
you
be a
have to
sad
know,
day
bro.
when he fucking is
Retires.
finished. Yeah, because it and most of these people that are seeing him now weren't even around. Like I'm saying, for them to watch him when we grew up, he used to be the GM of SmackDown.
Yeah.
Like I used to hate this motherfucker, bro, because he
Yeah.
used to piss me off.
Yep.
Like it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
The ECW stuff. Because now, obviously, the ECW was strictly before we were watching like that, but
Right.
we knew.
Yes, we knew. Of
We
it, yeah.
knew of.
And when I got into wrestling, he was doing a little commentating.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he became the GM of SmackDown, and that's really when I truly was watching every week.
No, he was the GM when I.
Yeah. When he was GM of SmackDown, that's when I was truly watching every week. And he was head of creative at SmackDown at that time.
Mhm.
And that's when SmackDown was the better show, bro. Even though people didn't want to admit
Even
it.
though, what was it where he talked about that? He's like, you know, I was head of creative, so SmackDown was mine, so I
Yeah.
had to.
he
compete.
wanted to compete with Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
Gosh,
wanted
bro.
to shove it down their throats.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, he's such a talent, but I can see where he is a little. I can imagine where he's probably a little hard to work with sometimes.
Yeah.
Like you could just kind of get that vibe, but I think it's better now with Triple H. But I'm just saying, like you could see where him and Vince would have butted heads. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I could totally, because he's the type that will call Vince like, no, that's a stupid.
I know you
idea.
can definitely tell also because he straight up said, "I am a Paul Levesque guy
Yeah.
at the Hall of Fame."
He's
Whatever,
open
but
to it, yeah.
he said everything's better now?
Yeah.
He said everything's better now. I wonder
That's
how-
what I'm saying. He's open. He's free. He's open like that too. He'll tell you.
Yeah.
That's why I'm sure. That's why him and Vince bickered all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy, bro. Crazy. It's gonna be a sad day. Like I'm saying.
I'm not gonna lie. I just keep on thinking of what you said, bro. Like imagine, like when they're all gone. Damn, bro.
Well, yeah, like
Thinking about
you know, like Michael Cole and them bring up Eddie because they were around for that.
Yeah.
But eventually, Michael Cole's gonna be done, and then the new commentator may not have been around for when Eddie was there, and I don't know. It's gonna be hard. Like Triple H is in charge right now, so as long as Triple H is there, I'm sure. Yes, like he'll mention Eddie, he'll mention the greats, but eventually he's gonna be gone too. You know what I mean? And so then it's gonna be sad, bro. No one's gonna know Eddie Guerrero or like these other wrestlers, Paul Heyman. No one's gonna even know.
Yep.
Anything else?
That's it, bro.
Slow week. We're on slow week. We're on the path to WrestleMania or to Royal Rumble. We are on the path to WrestleMania, yes, but the road to Royal Rumble. So we'll be not at next week's SmackDown, but the SmackDown after, and the Royal Rumble itself.
Yep. So that one, it's thinking we really can't say, didn't really watch too much of SmackDown. No, we're gonna fucking watch that.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking be there. Yeah, we're gonna be there, bro.
And it's gonna be cold.
Yeah, I know, bro. I looked up the weather too, and it said -3.
Shit.
Holy shit!
Hey,
No, actually, -10 I think was the lowest I saw.
When we talked to Malik about it, he goes, "Nah, y'all be all right. Y'all just need like a good jacket."
My parents are like, you have a jacket? And I'm like, I mean, I just have what I have. I mean, okay, look, so -6. So next, so the week that we're going, it's better though. The lowest is 24. It's still really cold, but still.
I don't know why, but that -6 made me laugh because you're like.
Well, I did see -10 at one point.
Like, yeah, you're talking about the -10. Like, let's go to fight. Oh, look, -6. Like, it's better.
That's just so crazy, bro, that it gets so cold there like that.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah,
we're going to be there, though.
That's insane. That's why I told Teresa, and I was like, and we had this whole plan of walking, but like, bro, what if it's too cold to walk and shit? Because I think I looked it up, and the furthest we're going to have to walk is like to go eat places.
Yeah.
And then maybe to SmackDown. To SmackDown, we may have to like
Uber,
take a bus or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Surely they have public transportation.
They have to.
They have to.
Because it is further than what the stadium
Yes.
is.
Yeah. The stadium's right across.
But the arena, though, is only like 15 minutes. Or like 10 minutes,
I think I saw it was a 5-minute walk, actually. I'm not going to lie. I think I looked it up on maps, and it said it was a 5-minute walk.
Don't fuck me, bro.
Pretty sure. Good. Even a 10-minute walk's not too bad. It just, like I said, it just depends how cold it fucking is, bro. Because you got to think, it may not be cold when we walk there, but at night when it's over, could be even twice as cold, you know? So, fuck. All right, but until then, we'll catch you guys next week.
All right, later.